Tonight, outreach for OSO.
Unfathomable.
This community over here is made up of hardworking people, and just to see it happen is terrible.
You see the pictures, and then it starts hitting home.
The destruction is staggering.
It's amazing how much material's out in the middle of that.
But the sound of devastation has been replaced by voices of caring and compassion.
Amazing grace.
What everybody needs is just a lot of prayer.
Hundreds of searchers combing through mud, trees, and personal belongings.
It looks like a bomb went off out in the middle of that. It's terrible.
A landslide that wiped out a small, close-knit community in seconds.
There's like a mudslide and everything's gone. The houses are gone.
Cannot extinguish hope.
Today, OSO is the heart of the state of Washington.
Stories of heroism and survival.
I'm surprised that I was not the one who got washed away in the mud.
But I just kept digging.
Plus, safety in the Northwest, the warning signs across the region, homes built in possible slide zones.
Cairo 7 wants to be your voice in an hour of answers and outreach.
The OSO landslide, relief and recovery. A Cairo 7 Eyewitness News special starts now. And good evening. Thanks for joining us. 6 days ago, they moved, and nothing would ever be the same for the people of OSO.
Tonight, we want to help start the healing process by giving you a chance to share your thoughts and questions, and by showing how you can be there for the hundreds of people impacted by the disaster. Our goal is to show them they are not alone.
Our phone lines are open. You can also tweet a question or share your thoughts on Facebook. This special will be driven by you.
Here's the number to call into our newsroom. It's 1-800-777-CAIRO. That's 1-800-777-5476.
Now, the hashtag that we're using tonight on our social media is HelpOSO. We'll be scrolling your comments and thoughts live on the air at the bottom of the screen. But importantly, we're going to be taking your concerns and questions to guests, even airing your hopes, frustrations, and fears. A live chat is also happening simultaneously at KairoTV.com. Log on while you watch and join in that conversation.
A live look now to Darrington, where a community meeting just wrapped up. It was expected to be so emotional that our cameras were not allowed in. Cairo 7's Lee Stoll was there, and we're going to check in with her in just a few minutes.
Nearly a week after the slide wiped out OSO, officials will only confirm 17 people have died. But we know there are more out there buried in the mud. That, with the stories we're hearing from the family members, now 26 people are dead. Another 90 people are missing tonight, and those are staggering numbers for a town of just 180 people, but you can't count heart. And tonight, hundreds of volunteers are resolved to resume the search just as soon as day breaks tomorrow morning.
Destruction and despair haven't stopped them yet, but tomorrow everything will come to a at 10:37 a.m. It's a moment of silence from OSO and across the state at the very moment the slide hit a week ago. Now take a look at one of the most incredible images we have seen so far. A 22-week-old baby rescued in the moments just after the mudslide. We received this image in just the last few hours. Rescuers heard the boy crying amid the debris, and one rescuer scooped him up in his arms. The baby, by the way, his name is Duke Sutter. He was taken to Harborview Medical Center, where tonight he was just upgraded from critical to serious condition.
Some good news stories in all of this. A lot of people have wanted to help, and just today authorities in Snohomish County said what they need most is cash, and the best way to get money to the victims is through the American Red Cross.
And here's the number to call. It's 1-800-RED CROSS, and then ask that your donation go to the Washington landslide, and they'll walk you through the process.
Our Michelle Millman, our news anchor, joins us now, and she will be your voice tonight.
That's right. She's been following your comments and thoughts on social media, and people really have been following the search on social media and using it as a chance to grieve.
Oh, you know, this has been so devastating for this entire state as the country starts to hear about this. So devastating for across the country, from our first responders in Snohomish County to family members. People are grieving, and they want to do something. you know, exactly what to do. How can they give? If they can't get up there to help look, what can they do? Well, tonight we want to bring together this community, this social media community, if you will, and bring those comments to you tonight and questions as well to you live as they happen from Facebook and Twitter. Now, as Angela mentioned, I've been looking around on Facebook and Twitter. We want to show you one of the things we saw today on our KIRO 7 Facebook page. This is from Kim Branner. I now live in Shelton, but just moved here from Joplin, Missouri. I know exactly how these people are feeling, having survived the Joplin tornado in 2011. I hope they can find some sort of peace with the love and support that is pouring in. And a question from Pamela. She asks, will there come a time when they will stop searching, even if all of the missing are not found? Now, this one is so difficult for the community, for the family and friends, loved ones of those still missing. Well, here is what we know from Snohomish County officials. They said last night they will search 2 more weeks, and after that, they will have to start making some tough decisions. So there are some tough weeks ahead. Now, tonight, we're also incorporating Twitter for you. If you want to join in this conversation, use the hashtag #HelpOso. Let's take a look at some of them I have seen so far. We want to make these go live here this evening. And we have this return tweet from Kings Fannin to me. That is my Twitter handle, and at KIRO 7 Seattle. For those who've never seen the beauty of the Stillaguamish is what that full tweet said. And just look at the beauty and the just so gorgeous up there in that area and what they're dealing with. And let's now look at this next tweet. Please join me in love, light, and prayers for Oso, hashtag #HelpOso. And from Breaking Skagit, a fundraiser in Lake Stevens raised more than $15,000 in cash checks, fuel cards, gift cards, and they'll be there the next 2 days. So just some of what we're seeing here. We'll get back to you later with how you can get your Facebook friends from really you guys around the world to give love and prayers to the Oso community. That's coming up in just a little bit.
We do want to hear from them. You will be with us the entire evening. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Well, now I want to check back in with Michelle Millman. She's been following your questions and thoughts on social media. Michelle, what are you seeing?
Well, one of the things we're doing is we want to get the online community to come together because people, as I told you earlier, feel like, what can I do if I can't go up there? What can I do to help? Well, we have an online card where millions of people can sign this virtual card for the community of Oso. Let's look at some of these right here. We have them up on your screen. One of the comments, our hearts ache for all of you. Please know so many are praying for you and your lost loved ones, and that is a little bit of that is covered up there, but sincerely, Nancy, Jerry, Jeremiah, Serber from Otis, Oregon. Then the one there to your right, praying for those who lost their lives and those still missing, praying for those who are grieving and those who still await answers about their missing loved ones, praying for those who continue to search and volunteer. Now, we also continue, I do want to mention you can go on our website, KIROTV.com, where you can add to that virtual online card. Now, we continue to look at Facebook as well for questions and comments tonight. Catherine said, I'm wondering how the rest of the country is responding. I don't even see much from my Facebook peeps regarding Oso. Well, Catherine, here's what you can do. Head to our KIRO 7 Facebook page. We have this beautiful badge, it's called, that you can share. Oso, our thoughts are with you. And hashtag #HelpOso there, that is what we're using tonight. You can share that on your Facebook page. We have already gotten it around the world, and right now, just a couple minutes ago, I checked, we're at more than 39,000 shares. This is going around the world. So that is some of how you can reach out and help. If you feel like there's nothing you can do and help, that's what you can do. We're also, if you want to tweet in tonight using that hashtag #HelpOso, we're showing some of those tweets on the bottom of your screen and just some of the emotion coming out from people.
And those tweets have not stopped since we got on the air. I mean, I know it's not all that difficult to do, but it just shows the amount of caring, I think, in this community, that people want to be heard and they want to let others know that they're there for them.
Well, you know, Steve, the one thing that I've heard from the community really is a lot of people can't wrap their heads around the gravity of this or what it really is if you're not out there. And Chief Travis Hotz, who's with Snohomish County up there, said unless you're out there, the video on the news doesn't even do it justice. So many people are having a hard time wrapping their head around it. And I think this is helping people somehow feel like they're on this online community together and through this.
All right, Michelle, we'll check back in with you in a bit.
All right, see you guys in a bit.
Online, then on the phone, perhaps. We are taking your calls right now. Call our newsroom at 1-800-777-KIRO. That's 777-546. If you want to join in the discussion live on the air.
One person who is joining in, Scott Perry. He's the owner of Toscano Italian Kitchen in Monroe. Scott, thanks so much for calling.
You bet. Steve and Angela, thanks for hosting the show. It's a great show, and it's enlightening to all of us in the community. Thank you for doing this.
Well, tell us, we hear that you want to do something to help.
Yep. Those Italian Kitchen in Monroe, we are going to do a fundraiser on April 1st from 5 to 9, and we're going to donate a significant amount of our proceeds from the company, and all of my servers are going to donate their tips and their wages, as well as my hosts and bartenders. They're going to all donate everything they make that night. And what's really awesome about this is we had more volunteers than physicians to run our business that night. We had a couple of servers that used to work for our company that called up and said, hey, I want part of this. And these people are from Redmond and Kirkland, and it's incredible to think people from all over are volunteering and doing what they can to help.
Scott, you're in Monroe, so not all that far, actually, from where this is all happening. You've probably got folks that will be coming to your restaurant who knows some of those people who live in the area who are being affected by this landslide.
Steve, you're absolutely correct with that. We're all touched by this. We're not far from that community. People that we know live up there and work up there and have lost loved ones. We're all touched by this in Monroe, and it's just amazing around the region, but especially in areas closer to the nerve center. And so we are so excited, and it's incredible the amount of participation where people are all over Facebook. People are commenting how great this is. We're so excited you're doing this. They're saying, what can I do to help? My friend Adrian, who owns Ben Franklin, couldn't wait to put up posters, and at the Athletic Club and Lowe's, and Fred Meyer, who normally never put up posters at the front of their door, they're helping with this. That's how significant this is. You never see people clutter their doors with things in the corporate world, but they are today.
Oh, Scott, we appreciate you and your team doing this. Again, this is the Toscano Italian Kitchen in Monroe. Tuesday night, the tips going to benefit those affected by the landslide.
5 to 9. Stop by and see those nice folks.
And I got to mention, if you'd like to join in and just share your thoughts, the number to call is 1-800-777-KIRO. That's 777-5476. And, you know, see, when you look at the devastation and how many people have been impacted by this, you have to ask the question, is there a way to predict future slides? That's what we're all wondering tonight.
But our newsroom and Michelle, who was just here just a second ago, they are ready to take your landslide questions. So give us a call once again, or you can tweet us. A UW geologist will join us live with some answers.
And he mentioned that word help, and that community is going to need a lot of it. Michelle Millman has been monitoring things on social media, and one way to do that is to spread the word about how difficult this is for so many people.
It really is, and just listening to Jan and Jeff there, it just breaks your heart. They have been there since the beginning of being toned out to that disaster from their fire station. We, throughout the show here tonight, we're bringing you the online community really together and checking out your tweets. We're going to look at some of the tweets with #HelpOso. Let's take a look at some right here. Speaking of those first responders, from Lauren Thinks So, she RT'd this return tweet. Prayers also to the volunteers who are bearing the unimaginable in the search for survivors. #HelpOso, #530Slide. And then we go to so much pain and heartbreak. Yet I'm so proud and inspired by our region, the volunteers, the donors, and the first responders. So many people thinking about all of them tonight. And then right here, as Angela just said, how can you help? And we told you this earlier. Here's the best way. Call 1-800 Red Cross, specify that you want your money to go to the Washington landslide, and keep those tweets coming for us with that hashtag #HelpOso. Now, we're also checking out Facebook for you tonight for questions and comments. This one I spotted earlier, just a little bit earlier, from Yumi Amoto Lee. How can we make food donations? How can we do that? Well, as you've been hearing, if you've been following this from the officials, they appreciate the donations to the fire station, but a few days ago, they were already full up, had so many cakes and pies and all this food, just so much. What everyone needs now the most, that is the most important, is cash. Head to our website. If you can't remember that Red Cross number, we have all those numbers for you right there at KairoTV.com. People are so overwhelmed to really give. Just go to Red Cross and they need cash. Now, another comment we've seen on Facebook really shows the emotion people are feeling here. Lori said, it has been a week of heartbreak, actually 2 weeks of heartbreak, with the copter crash and then the up and down reports of those missing and the dead in the slide. And another one from Facebook from Danielle Kodiak, so sad, I've been crying all week, heartbreaking, praying all first responders stay safe and strong. So really, so many thoughts going out to people, and everybody is just really heartbroken. And we do want to mention, we talked about it earlier on our Facebook page, on the Cairo 7 Facebook page, we have a badge, it's called, for #HelpOso, and we want people to share it really around the world. And there it is. It's just beautiful. And we, from the last time I talked to you, Steve and Angela, we are up more than 40,000 shares around the world. So the Oso community in Snohomish County needs to know people from around the world, thoughts and prayers are with you. Head to our Facebook page to get that and share it right there with your friends.
All right. Thanks a lot, Michelle.
You bet.
I want to give you the phone number one more time. Taking your calls right now. Call our newsroom at 1-800-777-KAIRO. That's 1-800-777-5476 if you want to join in the discussion live on the air. Live on the air.
We want to check in with Michelle Millman now. She's been monitoring social media throughout this hour. And Michelle, a lot of heartfelt comments from people.
Absolutely, and it helps all of us, you know, reporters, anchors, all of us alike, the community, everyone. Let's take a look at some of the things, the final thoughts from the hashtag #HelpOso comments tonight. Thank you so much for sharing and giving your love. Let's take a look at this. My heart breaks for everyone waiting for their loved ones to be found, still holding out hope more survivors will be found. And then heartbreaking what's happening in Washington, wishing well to all the families. Hashtag #HelpOso. And if you missed this earlier in our newscast, this is a retweet from our Essex supporter of Governor Inslee. To honor those affected by the 5:30 slide, I'm calling for a moment of silence tomorrow morning at 10:37 a.m. That is when the landslide hit. It has been one long week for those people. Our thoughts and prayers are with them.
Absolutely. It has been a long, difficult week for those affected by this and for the search and rescue teams. And our hearts and prayers will continue to go out to them.
Absolutely.
And our thanks go out to all of you who have been a part of this evening and joined us tonight. We hope it has helped not only in giving you the information, but also help in the healing process. As this tragedy unfolds, Cairo 7 will continue to work for you. We will be there as more victims are found and the slide zone begins to be cleared.
And don't stop your questions. We're going to do our best to get you answers. We'll have the latest news from the disaster zone next on Cairo 7, 11 at 11. It starts just a few moments from now. We'll see you then.